guys, Marie here from Just Live Your Thoughts and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to share to you my experience at the UK passport control as a non-EU national. So before we get started, if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Maria and I'm a Filipina currently living here in Italy with my Italian husband. We do travel vlogs, lifestyle vlogs, and also informational vlogs. So if you want to support us, you can go ahead and click on that subscribe button to follow us on our journey. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell just so that you're updated once we upload a video. So if you guys have been following our journey, you would know that me and Marco went to the UK sometime last year, June. I actually did an EEA family permit video, guys. I shared with you guys how I applied it, the type of requirements that I needed to do, and the documents and such. So I think that this video is really helpful for non-EU nationals living here in Europe. And if you guys want to check that video out, I'll go ahead and leave the link below. But today, guys, I'm going to talk about my passport control experience starting here in Italy up to the time I got to the UK. So let's start off, guys, with the international airport here in Italy. We went to the immigration passport control border check officer here in Italy, and Marco was actually standing in a different line than me. So I gave him my passport and also my permesso di soggiorno. The first thing he asked me was, what are you going to be doing in the UK? And I told him I'll be staying there as a tourist. I'm only staying there for 5 days, and yeah, I'm just gonna be touring around. Then he asked me, do you have a visa? Because of course he saw that I had a non-EU passport. I told him, yes, I do. Why don't you look at the passport? I didn't tell him that, but yes, I told him it's in the passport. So I had to open up the passport myself and show him. All of this he was saying in Italian. This guy wasn't even talking in English, which I would have expected, of course, because it's an international airport. Then the next thing he asked me is, who are you traveling with? And I told him my husband, and I showed him my marriage certificate. So every time I travel, guys, I always have my marriage certificate with me. And I showed him to Marco. I told him that's my husband over there, that handsome one over there. And he looked at Marco and is like, and then he stamped it. So I don't know if it made a difference if Marco was with me, if it would make a difference if he wasn't with me. I'm pretty sure that they would have been more stricter if Marco wasn't with me, because that's just how they are. Fast forward, guys, it took 2 hours to get to Stansted. So Stansted is actually an international airport in the UK, and we chose this because there were cheaper flights there. So from what I know, Stansted International Airport isn't as big as the other international airports in the UK. So as soon as we got there, we went directly through the passport control, and there were actually 2 lines. So one line was for EU passport holders, and the other line was for non-EU passport holders. Of course, I had to go to the non-EU passport holder. I mean, being married to an EU national doesn't make me an EU passport holder. So I went to the non-EU passport holder line and I told Marco, can you please be with me when I talk to this immigration officer, just so that, you know, if he asks a question, you would be there to answer with me. Because when I was applying the visa, guys, I really researched if there were scenarios where, you know, you had the visa but still the passport control didn't let you in, because it really depends at the immigration officer. If they don't feel that you're telling the truth, even if you have the visa, they can still not let you in. It's really up to them if they let you in the UK. So yeah, you better make sure you're doing everything legally. So I told Marco, please be with me, because I am scared. I'm scared that this guy would not let me in because of some reason, he's not in the mood. He woke up at the wrong side of the bed. So Marco actually went with me. We went together. We spoke to the immigration officer together. And the first thing that the guy asked was, what are you going to do in London, or what are you going to do in the UK? And I told him that I'll be just staying here as a tourist. I want to see the beauty of London. Actually, that's the honest thing. I told him that I want to see the beauty of London, and that didn't cut it. He still had this face. He said, who are you traveling with? And I gave him a marriage certificate, and I told him I'm traveling with him. I pointed to Marco. Marco passed his carta de identità, and as soon as he saw the marriage certificate, he said, oh, okay, you guys are married. So obviously that meant something, that, you know, if you have your marriage certificate in hand and he sees that, you know, you are married to an EU national, I think it would really help. And of course, it would really help if your husband is also with you, just so that you can just point that way and like it's proof that he is married to me because we have a marriage certificate, and he's an EU national because he has the Carta de Identidad. And as soon as he said, oh, you guys are married, Marco kind of joked around. He's like, yeah, I had to fly all the way to the Philippines to find the right one. And I'm like and as soon as he stamped my passport, I just ran. I'm like, I'm out of here, and passed the passport control, and everything went smoothly. So now coming back, guys, is a different story. So we stayed there for 5 days. On our 5th day, we flew out. We went to the same airport, and now, of course, it was the other way around. Now, the immigration at the UK asked me what I was going to do in Italy. So when it was my turn, the immigration officer asked me, can I have your passport, please? And I gave him my passport, and I also gave my permesso di soggiorno. Now, here's something different. The immigration officer didn't really know what the permesso di soggiorno was. Even if there was something written on it, it's not fully in Italian. I know that there were translation like in English. So she was just looking at it, and she was kind of like, okay, like she didn't really know. I could feel that she didn't really know what she was looking at. I mean, I don't blame them. I'm not assuming that all these immigration officers would know like what is the permesso di soggiorno, what are the residency valid IDs and all that. I mean, there are a lot of European countries. And so when I kind of knew that she didn't know what she was looking at, I told her that that's my residency ID. That is my valid ID to show that I am, you know, legally staying in Italy and that I am married to an Italian. So that kind of taught me a lesson that these immigration officers don't have to know everything. It's really up to us to explain as well what type of ID we are providing to them. So as soon as I said that, she was like, oh, okay, and then she stamped it. So sometimes we just really have to speak out. And I'm telling you this because I know someone who, you know, got rejected, and this was in the Philippines, who got rejected by an immigration officer because she only had a one-way ticket to Italy, and they were asking for another ticket back. So I think she didn't, you know, mention that she was gonna apply for the residency here because she's married to an Italian, and she lost it. Like she wasn't able to fly here. I hope this teaches us a lesson, guys, that once we are at the immigration officer, or once we are speaking with an immigration officer, I think we shouldn't be scared. I think we should just say what we gotta say. I know it's very intimidating once they start asking questions, but if you feel and you know that they don't really know what you're talking about or what they're looking at, you just have to explain your side, especially if you're not doing anything illegal. And to be honest, guys, I experienced the same. When we were coming to Italy, like my very first time, I didn't have a, you know, return ticket as well because I would apply the residency here in Italy. And that happened in Turkey because our layover was in Turkey. When we were going to board the plane, you know how you have the passport control again, they asked for my passport, and I showed it to them, and my ticket. So once they saw that my ticket was only one way, they kind of questioned it. Like, they asked me, why is your ticket only one way? And I told them, I was shaking. I'm like, because I'm going to apply the residency there. And they can see that my visa was only valid for 3 months. So to them, you know, it's like an alarming thing because they don't want people to go there illegally. Of course, they have to know that you will be legally staying in Italy. They have to know that what are you going to do there if you don't have a return ticket. So sometimes we just have to speak up. You know, it can be nerve-wracking. Trust me, it can be nerve-wracking. But if you know that you're not doing anything wrong, just speak up. Then as soon as we got to the international airport back here in Italy, everything went smoothly because I had my permesso di soggiorno, I had my passport, and I had my Carta di Identità already. So it was really just going to the UK, which was from here in Italy, and also the coming back, which I had to explain a little bit more of my documents and the valid IDs that I gave to them. And I think that's it for our video, guys. I hope you learned something from this. Even though my trip really went smoothly, I didn't expect all these questions to be asked, to be honest. But I hope you guys learned a lesson that you have to really speak out sometimes, especially with these immigration officers, because sometimes they don't ask you because, of course, you have to tell them as well. Like, they have to see the confidence in you, like you're not doing anything wrong. And that's it. Just be confident. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, you can go ahead and click on that like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel just so that you're updated with my videos and vlogs. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and comment in the below and ask me anything. I will be more than happy to answer your questions. It's been a great video once again, guys, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.